Hi, and welcome to Technique Tuesday with Sandy, the Sandy Beach Crafter. Today I'd like to talk about how to reverse some of the images that you're stamping. I came across this when I did a card this week, and thought, well, that would be a good idea to share with everybody. I'm not sure I've ever seen this done on YouTube or any of those before. I actually learned this in college and teaching elementary school with an art teacher who was wonderful. So I learned lots of tips and tricks from her. But if you'll hold on just a minute, I'll turn the camera around and we will get started. So hide your eyes. Let's see, there we go. All right, this is the card that I was creating, and the duck on the stamp set, this is from Lake Life, the last of the Close to My Heart product that Stampin' Up! Has purchased. And anyway, the duck was going to the left. Well, in the inside, also, the duck was going to the left, so I said, okay, fine, we'll make the duck go to the left. Well, then I got ready to do the envelope, and the duck going to the left really didn't look very good. So I said, I really need the duck heading to the right. So now I'm going to have to reverse it. Well, I used the Close to My Heart inks for this, and today for our demonstration I'm going to use some Stampin' Up! Inks because they're brighter and they show up better in the video. So that's what we're going to do, is reverse some of the images. Now, to do this, you have to stamp first and then die cut. Obviously not with the duck going to the left, you don't have to do that. But what I'm going to do is use Pool Party, which is a light blue. I'm going to ink up my little dauber here. I could just put this on the ink, but I'm going to ink up my dauber here and make my duck all blue. I want it to be kind of ombre, so I'm going to blend these in with the blending brush with the little brown head. Okay, that looks pretty good. And pretty peacock for the upper feathers on the duck. The back feathers, I guess you call them. And we stamp the duck. Don't press very hard, just let it sit for a second. And there we have a beautiful duck. And the colors have all blended in together, and they'll blend a little bit more when you give them time to dry. So now this is the way it normally is, and I would put my die on there and run it through the die machine and cut it out. This time we're going to ink it up again. Again, I'm going to ink it up with Pool Party all over. When you're doing this with the blending brushes, you want to use the light colors first so that you don't get dark colors mixed into your ink pads. And again, we'll do the head. I think on a mallard, the head is what's dark blue, but these really don't look like mallards. A mallard has a little bit of curl on his tail there too. This one doesn't have that curl feather. And believe me, I'm not a duck expert. So, and we have this. Now, to reverse the image, I'm going to use something called a brayer. And I've had this thing for probably 50 years since I graduated college, close to 40 years, because we used it in school. But what you're going to do is take this brayer, you can get them at any of the craft stores around here, and you're just going to roll it. You have to be careful not to slide it, but you just roll it right across the stamp. And as you see, it's created the image on the brayer. So now I'm going to take and roll the brayer right across my cardstock. And I can actually roll it back and forth. I just did it once there. And as you can see now, the duck is going the opposite direction. So to cut this one out, this is a little tough, but what I did was I took my paper and I held it up to a window and that allowed me to see through the paper. I'm going to hold it up to my light here. I think you can see it. And center the image in the die cut. Get it centered here. And hold on to it a second because I have to grab my masking tape, which I have in the drawer here. And I hope this is still in the same place. So before I tack it down, I will check it again. And center this here. Got it pretty centered, so now I'm just going to tape it so it'll stay in one place and run it through my die cutting machine, which I'm doing off camera simply because I just don't have enough room to do it on camera. So here we go. When you use your die cutting machine, your center plate should sandwich between the upper and lower plates, and that way it just runs right through like butter. Okay, and it looks a little funny because it looks like I haven't done anything but die cut a white piece of paper, but on this side I have actually die cut my bird, and I just pulled it right off the masking tape. And there it is. It's a little off center. So actually I would have fuzzy cut it anyway. And given myself a second little bird, or a first little bird in this case. And cut it like that. Move my machine over. And this was my original envelope. This is the new envelope I'm going to do. You can see that the Close to My Heart inks are more pastel. In this case, that they suggested we use. So I'm going to use Pool Party for the water. And let's see, I think I want this end of the water. Doesn't really matter which end you have. And I will be honest with you, I am very new because the Stampin' Up! Ink pads are foam and they're a lot inkier. So you don't have to push nearly as hard on them as you do the Close to My Heart ones. And with Close to My Heart, they were like a felt pad, and you rubbed and then you tapped. With Stampin' Up, all you have to do is tap. So you can see the water is much darker there. And since I didn't touch the bottom, I'm going to take the pecan pie here and make a little sand. There we go. Got us a little sand now. And we got a little duck that's going to swim on the water. And I'm just going to, since this is going to be mailed, the post office does say, you know, we'd rather not have you put that on the front of the envelope. However, according to my mailman, it hand cancels the first ½ inch across the bottom. I mean, not hand cancels, but cancels, it runs through the machine, the first ½ inch on the bottom. So anything you have above that ½ inch and below where your return address would be is free game, so it shouldn't affect anything. So now I have an envelope that goes with this beautiful masculine card that says, wishing you a full day of sunshine, relax in the sun. So this could be used for a guy's birthday card, a get well card, a recovery from surgery card, retirement card even. So there's a lot of things you could use this card for. And I just love it because it's just simple, but these are the die cuts that come with the kit. And I liked them because they were the cattails, and we do have cattails here in Florida. And so it fit right in. Although I don't live on a lake, I live on a bay. This was similar. Oh, and I did take my little journaling pen here, and I did a little eye right there. So now my duck has an eye. There you go. So anyway, that's how you can do your reversing. We can try that one more time. This time we'll use the fish. So we'll do pool party all over. And this time we're going to make him I don't even know what color a speckled trout is, but I'm going to say it's a speckled trout. And he has a little bit of dark. And I didn't like the way that blended because it was too straight a line. So I'm going to run my blending tool right over it and see if I can't take some of that distinct line out. Do you see? But it has the two colors in it now. Well, this fish is going this way. But again, I want the fish to go the other way. So I'm going to ink it up. And I'm not going to put so much blue on this one, the dark blue, the bottom. You couldn't turn this stamp over because of the fin. So you have to use the brayer. Now, when you go from one animal to the other, all of that ink, this is a rubber pad, and it will stay wet on there, so you need to rub it off. This is just a rag, an old washcloth, and I'm going to roll it over. And I didn't get enough of the tail there, so I'm going to start again. And it's real easy. You just put it on there, roll it out, and I got the tail that time. So now I want to put it on that paper, and I just roll it out. And so you have it here. It looks a little striped now. Those will go away when it dries. You can go over it again by lining up your paper and your brayer and going over it again. And so now it's that way. And I'm going to wipe this off. I pushed too hard with the brayer. I forget the inks are real juicy. So let's try it again. That may come up. I'll try it on a different piece of paper so I have plenty of room. That's the thing you want to watch, is that you get your brayer started and you get your fish in the right direction. So see, this one is much lighter as well. But then you can cut it out the same way I did the duck. So again, you get two different ideas on how to reverse your items or objects on your stamps. And it comes out quite cute when you put them together. So you could see, you could put two of those ducks on the same page if you want, on the same envelope if you wanted to. And don't forget, when you do your envelopes, to do some DSP on the back that coordinates with your front. So I hope that helps you a little bit with how to reverse some of the images. If you have large images that are bigger than the distance around this brayer, which is about 2 inches, it's not going to work because they will cover up on themselves. Unless you can do them, you know, sideways and roll it, the stamp this way, then you can do that. But anyway, I enjoyed it. I hope this video works. I actually did this on Tuesday, so this is the 3rd version of it, and I'm hoping that my computer will let me upload it. So thanks, have a wonderful day, and until next Tuesday, have a great crafting week, and hopefully I'll see you between now and then. Bye-bye.